Ready to visit the Duke?
Let's go.
At the palace, the Duke has a look-alike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abele.
Why don't they just overthrow him?
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall. Toadies sucking up to Emily made me want to be back on the streets in Serkonos.
You're forgetting what that's like. I watched those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you struggled. After years in court, I'm a nobody again. But what I've seen here will stay with me when I return to Dunwall Tower. Being in Karnaca again has given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff. Sorry if I sound bitter. Don't turn your back on the Duke. After we leave Karnaca, there are some things we need to talk about. Things I feel remorse over.
Help me if you can. You don't belong here any more than I do. You're a good one. You know, there's a place near here. It's on rocks behind a fountain. People have always left offerings there. That's where I started having those odd dreams. I don't go there anymore, but you might want to check it out.
He was cruel to his family, so when he lost his employment, he had nowhere to turn.
I used to have such visions. Dreams of black oceans and whales in the sky overhead. I used to live here a long time ago. Can you believe it? Was a songwriter, poet, sorcery, they said. They burned my books and they hit me in the head until there were no more visions. See you sometime.
There's no such permit, Captain. I know the laws in Karnaca.
Laws change. The Duke's given the Grand Guard leeway to create new fees when needed. You know who else had a nice shop? That clockmaker.
Serafina? Her shop burned down.
Yeah, my report said it was probably the Howlers. But no one knows how the fire started.
Captain, her brother died in that fire.
Asleep inside, drunk from what I remember. You've got until tomorrow to pay up.
Careful with that sword.
You're back at the heart of your homeland. A bigger, better palace than the one you sailed away from so long ago. Feeling nostalgic? Will you ever be comfortable in Dunwall again? Assuming you make it back? You've seen the suffering here, the decay, but, dear Corvo, would you even have lifted a finger if the Duke hadn't put Emily in harm's way? Be honest now. In any case, I know what you're after. The heart you carry can only hold one spirit at a time. If you want to walk out with a piece of Delilah, you better be ready to leave something behind.
Damn. Thought I heard blood flies for a second.
Huh?
I heard that someone killed Paolo, and the Duke's taking credit for it. Some anti-corruption initiative, which is a laugh, given what everyone knows about Duke Abele and the Grand Guard.
Things are about to change in Karnaca. I can feel it. My husband's been trying to sell our woodworking shop. If we can, we're packing up the kids and relocating to Morley. Bristol's in chaos with everyone fighting over the new Empress, and Tivia's too cold.
That was good, you know. Some of us used to give lessons at Adamire, back when it was open to the public. Different city in those days.
Didn't know that. Man, you sure had a lot of different jobs.
Yes. I don't miss brining hagfish. Hands and salt all day, nails bleeding, choking on the factory air.
At least when you joined the Grand Guard, you got a really soft position near the palace.
You might change your mind about that after you've been here a while. Sometimes the Duke's friends do some strange shit.
Really? Like what?
One night, someone up there decided it'd be funny to throw down food at us. I got hit in the face with a pineapple. Then a whole roasted pig came down and split the boat in half. It was raining apples and meat pies. All sorts of nice food floating around in the water.
Damn, with people in the city starving. Life's just not the same when you live up there, is it?
Delilah. Her soul is familiar to me.
You're not losing your nerve, I hope.
No, not at all. But how do you know which one is the Duke? I don't know where they found that guy with the political decoy job. But he looks and acts just like the Duke. I can't tell them apart.
There are subtle differences.
All right. Assuming you can pick out Duke Luca, how are we gonna get his key?
You leave that to me. Who knows what he's got in that vault? We'll be halfway to Bristol and rich before he's nursing the next day's hangover.
That's a good plan, the way this place is run. You sure he always keeps the key with him?
I'm sure. We'll do it tomorrow night when there's only one squad scheduled for patrol. Just be ready.
You know who's assigned to protect the Duke's quarters tonight?
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm not sure it's worse, the Duke or his body double. One's half likely to have you flogged for looking at him wrong. The other might just bore you to death.
We've been playing every day for weeks now. All of this to entertain a statue?
Someone said the Duke believes Empress Delilah can talk to him through the statue.
Well, if he's trying to pull off some witchcraft love trick, he's doing it wrong. I can't feel my fingertips anymore.
Dunwall's always been a place of strange luck for me. My poor brother died there. Something moved, but that's where I met Delilah.
That mask is an impertinence. Show some respect in your Duke's presence.
His brother died on the dirty streets of Dunwall, struck down in his youth. Even living in the Grand Palace and taking his food from silver plates, he is unhappy. Schools, travel, and mentors. His father gave him every opportunity, but it was never enough.
There's something familiar about you. Come closer.
No
offer to bow or kiss my hand?
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
Luca, I knew your father, and he'd approve of what I'm about to do to you. Your crimes against the rightful Empress can't be forgiven.
I assure you, there is only one true Empress in my heart, and her name is Delilah.
I bet this opens the Duke's vault.
When I first met with my inner circle, I saw nervous faces. Even the boldest were afraid, wondering if we'd live to see another feast. Now Serkonos is ascendant, but this is a story that began long years before. I knew Delilah when I was only a boy, and even after she was lost, dead, and gone from the world, her memory burned in my mind. Until finally I began to hear her whispering, calling to me from the void. Telling her story of growing up in Dunwall Tower, and the half-sister who cheated her of her throne. Then she told me there was a way to bring her home. Delilah. Beautiful. Immortal.
Leave me. I want to be alone with my thoughts. No offer to bow or kiss my hand.
I'm not that kind of visitor.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
You're the Duke's double, aren't you? I'm here to take him down, but I might need your help. Do you want to listen to what I have to say?
All right, you've figured it out. But if you're not here to assassinate the Duke, what do you want?
I have no doubt that you'd be a more agreeable Duke than Luca Abele. If I wanted to depose him without having to cut out his heart, could you convince people that you are the Duke?
That's bold. I have to admit it's crossed my mind. If people believed that I was actually Duke Abele, and that he was the political decoy, we could have him committed for lunacy. We could convince everyone that the Double's finally lost his mind, and believes he's the Duke. I've spent years perfecting my performance. But there's a catch. He's got a medallion that I need. Even if I sound convincing, which should be the easy part, his Grand Guard officers will ask to see the medallion as proof. Luca never puts it aside.
All right. It shouldn't take me long. Once it's done, I'll be leaving the city. Soon after, I'll send instructions from Dunwall, and I'll expect a great deal of flexibility and cooperation on your part. There's still time to pull Serkonos back from the edge of the cliff. We can undo the damage Duke Abele has inflicted.
I'd like that. But I'll guide Serkonos in the ways I see fit for the people here, not as the hand-chosen puppet of your empire. If you agree with that, just render the Duke unconscious and bring him to his chambers. I'll handle the rest. Don't raise an alarm. You've got to keep things calm for this to work. Honestly, if you would have killed Luca, the Grand Guard probably would have hung me anyway. There's so much that could be done from this palace. So many things that could be better. I never thought this would happen. It's exciting. But remember, to make this work, you've got to be stealthy. Get the Duke, bring him to his room, and be careful about it. Don't raise a ruckus.
Reading the paperwork tires his eyes, but he reads it all. After his duties are done, he'll enjoy.
Your soft life is over, decoy. This is the thing Ashworth made to hold Delilah's spirit.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then you will be able to trap Delilah's spirit.
Jessamine, your spirit comforts me. How can I let you go?
I've given you all I can, my love. Tried to guide you. Now our daughter will need you.
Be at peace, my dear Empress. Star of my sky.
Your eyes, your hands, your heart. With my last thought.
Then it's done. Now it's time to return to Delilah's.
The heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
I wonder if it was even really alive.
Jessamine is gone at last. Faded into nothing. Her reward is peace.
People of Karnaca, I am Corvo Atano, Royal Protector of the Empire, speaking to you from the Grand Palace itself. Today is a day of reckoning for Luca Abele, the Duke of Serkonos. No doubt you are surprised to hear from me, and it is likely that no one is more surprised than the Duke himself. It is my promise that one way or another, after today the leadership of the Grand Palace will be in alignment with the will of the Empire. As I move to restore Empress Emily Kaldwin to the throne, Duke Abele, you've been warned. I am coming. People of Karnaca, you will hear from me again. Die, you parasite.
So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
The Duke is dead. Long live whatever happens next.
Back to the dreadful whale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
It looks that way. To find a way to help Emily, and to give her back the throne.
Ready, then?
Come on, let's leave this place.
All right. As you want.
This is how the worst day of my life began. A masked man closing in on Dunwall Tower. Now it's happening again. Another Empress falls, another story ends. Last time it almost ruined the Empire. Will I do any better? Delilah outfoxed me and I never saw it coming. But I was Corvo before I was the Royal Protector. Before I owned a sword, I fought with sticks and broken glass, whatever came to hand. I don't know what grand scheme you've got underway, Delilah, but I'll give all I've got to stop you.
This campaign has been conducted with far more restraint than I would have expected. Remarkable what Delilah's accomplished, coming from such a background, taking the throne. class is over, I might visit the Academy of Natural Philosophy and shock them all. Assuming it still stands.
Once the designer of mighty ships, thrown against the malevolent ocean and large enough to heave the great leviathans aboard, thrashing and spilling their life's blood across the decks. Majestic ships, swift with luxurious cabins, fit for an empress. Where are those vessels now? They're far too important to carry an old man like me. I've been abandoned by my own creations. But maybe that's the way it should be. Haven't I been cruel, selfish? Perhaps I should be forgotten, consigned to the junk heap. Maybe I should die at last. And there's a chance I will on this final escapade. To Dunwall, then. We'll see what's left of me.
Even like this, it's good to be back in Dunwall, where I met Jessamine, where Emily was born.
So long ago, this happened.
Uninhabited two impossible places at once.
And that's twice I've broken it for you.
Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
I remember seeing that written down somewhere a long time ago.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
I want to hear you say it.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, we were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill Jessamine.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did, but suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did, or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it, but neither will I.
No, I don't think you will. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff and I'll go alone from here.
I can't deny it. Traveling with you has changed me. I know you want to face her alone, but good luck. Remember, even if you pull off whatever trick you're planning for Delilah, she won't be easy to beat. I'm glad Sokolov was awake to say goodbye. How is it the old man cured the plague all those years ago, but can't eat without getting food on his shirt? In my time here, the Dunwall City Watch was just a bunch of drunkards and layabouts. No wonder half of them turned on you. Goodbye, Corvo.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and
thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
You took the worst Karnaca had to offer and acquitted yourself superbly. Good luck with Delilah. I fear for the Empire if you fail. Remember, the people of the city might have endured a great deal since you were driven from Dunwall. Desperate times. I've got maybe one more chapter left in my own tale. Hopefully a chapter set next to a roaring fire in Tivia. Toppling the Duke must give you a sense of peace. Maybe a better day will be born of it. It would be interesting to study why the bloodflies have never taken hold here. Time. If I only had more time. Goodbye, Corvo. I suspect I'll not see you again.
If old Samuel could see me now,